So it's day 2, I guess, of self-quarantining, self-isolation. What's the terminology, people? I don't know anymore. Heaps of people are experiencing this, so it's nothing unique, but it's super weird to wake up and know that you can't leave the house. I could leave the house, but it wouldn't be in my own self-interest or anyone else's. Like, I wouldn't do that. But it's so weird because, like, I can't go. I was like, oh, I want to get a coffee. Can't go do that. And I was like, I'll just make a coffee. And then I realized we don't even, like, have coffee for me to put in a French press because I'm a French press lady. So now I'm just like, oh, the virus won't even let me get coffee. This is crazy. Luckily there's a member of my household who is allowed outside. Get them to go and fetch me that which I desire, which is coffee. These are first world problems. And lo and behold, coffee was delivered to me this morning. It's in an unreusable cup because they're not taking reusable cups at the moment. I'm sorry, I'm unsustainable. And then what am I going to do for the day? Oh, fun. The opportunities are endless. I can unpack all of that. We can, work through this because I have no idea how long I'm going to be here for, so I might as well just take it all out. My family take no chances. They brought me a ginger shot. And this is like a huge, look at my hand. This is a huge cup of some kind of organic tea, and I think that's a lemon in it. I'm not even sick yet, I think, touch wood, I don't know, but if I get sick after all this treatment, that means we're all getting sick. So the highlight of the day today was my sister and I made a TikTok video, so here's her practicing. And of course it wouldn't be my family unless my brother was spying on us with a drone to make sure we were self-isolating as required. Hello world. What have I been up to today? It is, it's around 12:30, possibly 1 o'clock. I had a really good night's sleep. And then I sort of fluffed around, a lot of fluffing. But what I did do today is learn a dance. I learned a TikTok dance. Acting stupid. What was happening? What was happening? I'm a savage. Yeah. I ate some hummus. My brother bought me that tea that you would have seen earlier. And yeah, I mean, so far self-isolation is pretty good. Staying hydrated rather than dehydrated, it's just an idea. I thought I would also add a little story about what happened to me on the plane. So what had happened was, I was sitting on the window seat, and then there was a guy on the end of the row, and everything was like fine, whatever. I didn't pay any attention to him, but then at one point he signaled the hostess to come, and then she came and he asked her for tissues, and then she gave him the tissues, and he was crying, like inconsolably crying. So I was like, I touched him on the shoulder. By the way, I was wearing gloves. I touched him on the shoulder and I was like, hey, are you okay? And he's like, he couldn't really talk, he was inconsolable. And I was like, oh, did you want to talk about it? He's like, oh. And then he wanted to talk about it. So he goes to talk about it. Long story short, it's actually sad. He was devastated because, kind of like me, had just moved to New Zealand and he was going to be with his partner. Then like all this stuff happened, and he realized like it's not right to like leave all his family behind here in Australia. So like, this is a crisis, people want to be with their families right now. So he was on the same flight as me, booked it like 24 hours beforehand like me, was devastated that his new life in New Zealand was over like me. And he was like, oh, where are you from? I was like, oh, I'm from Sydney. What about you? Yeah, I'm from Sydney too. What area are you from? And I was like, oh, you wouldn't know it. And then I said my area. And then he goes, oh, I'm from there as well. And I was like, what? Small world. Okay, whatever. He was like, how are you getting home from the airport? And I was really worried he was gonna ask me for a lift. I don't know him. And I was like, oh, my brother's picking me up. And then he goes, okay. And I was like, what about you? He goes, yeah, my brother's picking me up too. And then he was telling me how last year in February he travelled all around the South Island and how he just fell in love with it. And I was like, I did the same thing. Last year in February, I was in the South Island doing my research for my masters, and I fell in love with New Zealand. But plot twist, I already love New Zealand right now. I just love it even more. Said our piece and whatever, and then like went on. I read my book, he did his thing, whatever. Then halfway through the flight, ding dong, ping pong. He taps me on the shoulder. He's wearing gloves too, mind you. He goes, did you see the news? Because we had free Wi-Fi on the plane. And both of our concerns and why we left New Zealand was because we were scared of border closure. Lo and behold, the Australian government, then the New Zealand government announced that they're closing their borders. And we found out when we were in the air, which I thought was like kind of cute. So yeah, now they've closed the borders. All of my worst fears came true. I will say the border closure doesn't directly affect me because I am a New Zealand citizen. So like I still can, I guess, freely travel between Australia and New Zealand. But the concern is the lack of flight. I mean, it's a matter of how many flights will be left after this and how often will they be going and how much will they be. I feel like I got in the nick of time. Yeah, I literally quit my job, and my manager was really cool. Like, they were really cool about it because they were like, yep, these are unprecedented times. Like this, I worked kind of in the health-ish sector, and so my manager like gets it. He's also a family man, and he understood that like my priority right now is to be with my family. And now that I'm here, and like, I mean, if you watch the news, every hour is a new piece of news, and things are changing so rapidly that like I have no idea how long I'm gonna be here for. But whatever, at the moment, that's like not even, I regret nothing. If you have the opportunity to be around family and you want to be around your family, now is the time. So that's my lunchtime update. What I'm gonna get up to this afternoon, I'm not sure. Okay, so after trying to nap, I finally opened my window, let the light in, and began the cleaning process. That was fun. Then I cleaned my plant. Always make sure you wipe the dust off dark leafy greens so they can absorb more sunlight. Plant tip 101. Okay, and this is the finished room. It was already finished and it was perfectly fine, but I felt like putting more of my things in it since I emptied my suitcase. And this was my dinner. It was delightful, except that one nectarine was not good. Hello, cruel world. Day one is coming to an end. It's about 6 p.m. now. I'm eating my dinner and doing things on my laptop, and then I'll probably watch a movie or read a book and do it all again tomorrow. But I'll try to make tomorrow more exciting. We're gonna do a fun activity tomorrow, can't wait. Oh, and I should add that my family are taking this super seriously. My mum came to my door with a paper bag
using protection
on her hand.
Jessica,
Yeah.
protection.
Oh, good.
Is that a paper bag? Just close the door.